Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Confessions of a Real Estate Agent. Today we're sitting with Vanessa Campa. Stay tuned, you're going to love this episode. What's up everybody? Welcome back. You're sitting here with Vanessa Campa, Kurz Real Estate. She is in the Kurz team led by her group here at Kurz Real Estate that most of you know if you've seen the last one where Jennifer Moniz is the team leader of that group. Woo, woo. And so we're actually sitting here. I'll move out the way so you can see. We're sitting here intervening or cutting in on the set for their Tuesday live broadcast on Facebook. So,
Please watch us.
You're ready to be here. You're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Right?
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. So every Tuesday, 5 o'clock, the Kurz team, led by her, with three beautiful ladies, including Vanessa, sit here and they have a Spanish show where they talk about everything that's happening in the market of real estate here in Miami, right?
Yeah.
So now, how do you feel about the Spanish show? Because I know a lot of you guys were like super nervous about this.
To be honest, it was one of those organic things. You know, Jen said it, and I'm like, dude, what an awesome idea. You know, I wanted to reach out to the Spanish-speaking community. There aren't, if any, shows like this.
There really aren't.
And I just really wanted to get the information out there, and you know, the concept that Kurz has of marketing and video, and it just made sense. Let's put something in there in the industry that's not really there right now.
That's not really there. And I think that you guys really have filled a gap in the Miami market, I would say, because the Miami market is very strong. There's a lot of Hispanic real estate professionals here. Very few of them are actually taking the next step forward to market to the Latin community, to really bring forward a Spanish show like you guys did. And so for that, you guys have all the blessings. Like, when I'm a guest on the show, whenever I have the privilege to be a guest on your show, I'm going to be pretty nervous, because my Spanish is not so very good looking.
Good looking. No. I mean, if you please watch the show, you know that we mess up. And that's kind of like the concept of, you know, we want to be natural, we want to be real, and we want to give information yet have a good time with it. So we're really excited about it, and really excited what that brings. It kind of shows us as agents what we would do for our clients, you know?
Yeah.
And putting us out there, and, you know, listings that come through us. I mean, you know, it's
awesome.
just another way to be out there.
So here's super cool information. What did you do before this?
I was Breaking Bad. No, I was a chemist before this.
She was Breaking Bad.
So I like saying it because everybody remembers me. Like, I'm like the chemist realtor. Yeah, I used to develop hair and skincare products before this.
All right, so you go to school, you become a chemist, right? Which is like, all right, so I guess when I went to school, there wasn't one subject that I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to go do, right? Like, I have a cousin who is working on becoming an accountant, but he wants to be like a federal accountant.
Yeah, really specific.
And I'm like, who does that? Like, who wakes up in the morning and goes, I can't wait to become a mathematician, you know? And so you decided to become a chemist. Now, I need to know, because obviously you become a chemist because of the subject that you love, right? Obviously science, chemistry, all that stuff intrigues you.
Well, it's a little bit deeper. I'm a people person. So
Okay.
if you get to know me, really you can see that. So what it all started was pre-med. So I was a biochemistry major wanting to go to med school always. And that didn't happen. I changed my mind. I realized that my calling wasn't there. So I graduated with a biochemistry major, and you know, I'm like, what do I do next? You know, I was going to go to graduate school, and I just so happened to land into hair care development. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And I was in a lab, and I was really good at it, developing, and I got better. And I'm like, dude, a year from here, I'm going to move into the next step. And I did skincare. And it just, in the industry, the way I like to put it is, it was me in the lab, and when I exploded in that sense, it was me and selling to high-end customers.
All right, so that's what I want to get into. So it was you in a lab, and then you transitioned into sales.
Yes, because what ended up happening is I started pitching my products to the company, and the company started seeing in me the technical sales aspect and how good I was. So I started managing the high-end customers. I started doing presentations, you know, for the company. So it transitioned into technical sales.
Would you say that sales comes natural to you?
Sales is attractive to me. I mean, you tell me. You know, I feel that for me, it's when I'm passionate about what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's what it's all about. It's
Okay.
about making the deal because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I'm not one to boast.
All right.
I just do what I do. I like it, and that's where I grew.
But I ask because there's a lot of theories out there, right?
Okay.
And so if you listen to some, I'd say sales coaches, some sales coaches will say you're born with it. Like you're
Okay.
born with sales in your heart,
Okay.
right? Other sales coaches will say sales techniques can't be taught, and so a person can learn this and go with it,
Okay.
right? Which is why I asked you, do you think that it comes natural to you? Because I think one of the biggest fears most companies would have is putting somebody who knows too much, who's maybe a little too smart, who's a little bit too technical about things in a sales position, because maybe that doesn't work out. Maybe now
Right.
you start, the technical person will look at all the tiny details, right? And they might mess up the sale talking about, I don't know, I don't have any chemistry words for you.
Right.
But, there's,
no, but
there's
in our
that,
industry,
right?
right.
Composition or whatever it is.
Right.
So you were able to transition into, you call it technical sales. Now, what's
Correct.
the difference between technical sales and the
regular
sales
sales.
that you do right now?
Well, I mean, the concept and the concept of technical sales is someone who's really savvy in what they're doing, and they're selling not just to sell, but they're selling because they believe in the product, and they're selling, the business.
Yeah.
So for me, the way it works is I fall in love with the product, I fall in love with what I'm doing, and I get the point across. So
Right. Great thing.
So that being, yeah.
Yeah, so I brought that up 100,000 times, right? People ask me, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do something big, I want to go somewhere, I want to do, all right, great, what do you love?
Right.
Right? So basically what you're saying right now is you fall in love with the product, it's easy for you to sell.
Right, but that's how I transitioned into this, because what I fell in love was making a difference.
Okay.
So I was pushing skincare products that were, in essence, clearing hundreds and hundreds of people's faces who had a lot of acne. And it worked, but then it became, like, once you grow in the industry, you realize that you lose touch with the humanness, and it becomes...
And it becomes a profit machine.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, I like nice things. I want a nice life, but it's not about the money for me. It doesn't fill me. So for me, it became with the connection, making a difference in the people's lives. So, you fall in love with what you're doing for that person.
All right, so it's interesting that you said that. The money doesn't fulfill you.
Hey, everybody likes a nice life. I like to travel. I like to name brands. But, the things that make me happy, they were there when I was making less than what I'm making now, So, it's not, for me, it's not the end goal.
All right, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in real estate,
Yes.
right? Do you love houses, architecture? Do you love the art of the deal, or do you love helping somebody into a home? What's your gig?
Okay, I love the art of the deal. Just representing buyers. I realize there's a niche in that for me, and just working with agents. Kind of, in the industry, you see, there's a bunch of agents out there. So there's a dime a dozen, and being different, setting the standard and making the transaction go the way I want it with the high quality standards that I have excites me. In essence, with the agent and with my buyers, even with the listing agent. So with the listing properties that are being listed. Yeah.
All right, so now the art of the deal attracts you, so you like the sale.
For sure.
Also, the end goal, which is putting somebody in a home, because you said that the buyers, as a buyer's agent, that is a niche for you versus a listing agent, because is a warmer feeling. I mean, call it what it is, right? You list a home, you're helping somebody sell a product.
Right.
You help somebody into a home, you're fulfilling somebody's needs,
Right.
somebody's life, changing somebody's path,
Right.
So that attracts you tremendously. So would you agree, and for everybody listening, I often say that money should not be a factor, that income should not be a factor, that commission should not be a factor. Do we need it? Yes.
Yes.
I need money.
Yeah,
You need money.
right.
We have to pay our bills. We need a roof overhead. I want a nice life. You want a nice life, right? Now, but do you feel that by not focusing on the money, right, that you could take your passion for helping people and your passion for the deal and make a lot of money?
For sure. I mean, to be honest, like, I mean,
It becomes a
case in
consequence
point
of
that
your
happened,
action,
like
right?
right now, if you put your heart into it, it shows. You know, if you're just kind of robotic, especially in an industry where, dude, you know, the World Wide Web could possibly take our job if we don't kind of get our act together and put some humanness into this, you know, technology growth. You know, what's the difference between Zillow and me? You know what I'm saying? The things that I can offer. And
There's so many people, like there's an industry response right now because I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this video, but if you are watching it, whenever it is, years from now, this right here, this week is the week that Zillow announced being able to place an offer directly through Zillow.
Right.
And they're testing it in 2 markets.
Right.
And so do I believe that that's going to be successful? No, I think it's going to fail. I think it's going to fail because this industry still requires a human touch.
Right. And, you know, a really cool thing that's happening to me right now because of me and because of my connection and my desire to make this happen for my, who happens to be a first-time buyer, I beat a cash offer, a full-price cash offer on a property. So it's rewarding, you know, to walk in and to, you know, to hear even praises from the listing agent and say, you know what, if it wasn't for your, you know, agent, I just have to give it, and not that I toot my own horn, but it's so rewarding to see that this is what, yes, this is what it's all about.
To know that your efforts are what was recognized in the deal.
Yeah, and this is what I'm looking for.
And you were able to do something for your buyer, which is awesome, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and your buyer's a first-time home buyer, right?
Correct.
So they're pumped right now.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
You know, I just
You
finished
did the home inspection today.
Yes, and just to see him, he looks like, you know, a kid in a candy store. He's like, I want to do this, and his girlfriend, and I'm just so happy. It makes it more special. It's warmer.
Makes it real.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is, I'm loving this.
Advice that you could give new agents coming into the industry?
Know what you want, really. I mean, there are so many people that see me, and, you know, just because we're in social media presence and, you know, everything that Kurz has done for me, everybody knows that I'm an agent now, and people are like, oh, you know, I want to do it. Just do it, you know, take action, something you always say, but really, it's not action por fuera, or like, here's Kurz in Espanol. Like,
it's truly... It's
from me. You know, I'm such a deep person, so my advice would always be deep. Don't doubt yourself. Take action, but make sure that your action comes from the heart, you know, that you're a heart-driven person, because that's really what the industry needs.
Okay. And so, as a new agent, how important is training and coaching?
It's key. This is actually my second broker. You know, you're my second broker. My first broker, I have, you know, nothing really negative to say. I don't really like to badmouth, but I was lost, you know, especially transitioning from a full-time into real estate.
Full-time chemist.
Yeah, exactly.
Real estate agent.
Yeah, you know, you're switching from full-time income to bust your butt or you won't eat, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you really have to want it.
And a lot of people out there think it's as easy.
Exactly. You know, there are benefits. There are benefits to having your own schedule. That's one of the things I love the most, to be honest, that I see the hours and the sweat that I put into this. You know, I see the reward. If you don't do anything, it's like when you stop going to the gym, you lost all your muscles. That's it. Yeah. So,
and you can never stop, because no matter,
that's it.
You could become the Incredible Hulk, and then if you stop going,
that's it, you're done.
It withers away.
Yeah. So learn that quick, and be in a team, with a broker, or that's your mentor. Like to have the opportunity to see you like my mentor is huge for me, because
I appreciate that.
Because you're great. This is free. You know, it's like, dude, this is free. You know, this is David Kurz. Just on my back. You know.
All right, I appreciate that.
No, this isn't like, no, I'm not. This is not scripted. I'm nervous here.
She's lying. We wrote all this stuff up on the wall.
That's like the notes for the show. Estoy sudando. No, but
so all right. So, biggest mistake you may have made coming into the industry and trying to transition from being a chemist to a real estate agent?
Biggest mistake. So you see, this isn't scripted. Here I am thinking of, to be honest, seeing how my business is flourishing now, the biggest mistake I made was choosing the wrong broker.
Okay.
That's it. You know, you need to, you know, so many people focus on the split. You know, why are you going to give? And, you know, and, or what leads are, it's not just the leads. You know, it's just, because at the end of the day, what's changing in the industry? We're looking forward, you know?
I've had new agents come to interview with me, and they ask me, how many leads are you going to provide me? So I turn around and I ask them, how many leads do you think I would provide you with zero knowledge on how to convert one?
Correct.
It's a simple question.
Yeah.
You ask the question, I'm going to combat that. Do you even know how to convert a lead? Have you even looked at one YouTube video to figure out how to convert a lead, right?
Right.
And so I agree with you, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. We talked about it for a little bit without even knowing that I was going to actually ask you what was your biggest mistake. So saying that you went to the wrong brokerage, that makes sense, you know? I think when I look back at my career, I often say that one of my biggest mistakes was not joining a team very early on.
Okay.
Like becoming a part of a real estate team that was successful and that could have taught me so much, and maybe I would be 10 steps ahead of where I am today. Not that I'm not humble enough to appreciate where I am today.
Right.
I'm just, in retrospect, I would have learned quicker.
Right.
You know, I would have learned more, learned quicker. I would have learned to hunt, fight, and eat faster
Right.
than I did by trial and error, I should say, you know?
I mean, I to be honest, it's just, I can't, there is no other words for it. There is no other truth for me. I was lost. I was but a number in an office, you know? I thought it was digital, so I thought it would work for me. I got the broker would be accessible to me. You know, it was nothing. And I was transitioning, so it really wasn't what I needed. You know, what I needed was somebody who was invested, who had a plan, who had a vision, because that's my persona. You know, I'm not the type of person that, again, I'm not here in it for counting pennies in a split. I look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Where are we going and what am I getting? And I'm getting a lot more than just, you know, a cut on a deal.
Awesome. All right, everybody. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Final thought from me, honestly, if you're a new agent or even an experienced agent, make sure you surround yourself with the best of the best. Because the truth is, no matter where you go, you're always going to have to put in your own work. This is your business. You're a real estate agent. Your license is listed with a company as a subcontractor. You are a contractor, which means that it's your own business. No one's going to pay you a salary. This is what you have to do every single day for the rest of your life. You need to hunt. You need to eat. And so in order to hunt and eat, you should probably go somewhere that they're going to teach you how to hunt for the business, how to turn the business, how to cook the food, like the whole nine.
Yeah,
right?
don't give me fish.
Exactly.
Teach
Teach me how to fish,
me
right?
how to fish.
And then it'd be nice if you taught me how to cook it, saute it a little bit, make it real good, right? And the more fish you catch, the more recipes you can put together.
Exactly.
So now,
chemistry.
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Vanessa, for joining me and doing this
so much
with
for
me.
having me.
It's often very difficult to get to somebody to sit in the hot seat. So, follow Vanessa. We're going to put her Facebook handle right there. Check her out. Check out the Kurz team led by her. I kept wanting to say Las Chicas.
Las
They're
Chicas.
Kurz, right? But check out their radio show as well, or their Facebook Live show, which tunes in every Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's on their Facebook Live. You can check out the Kurz team led by her page. I think it's the Kurz team, right?
Kurz team.
At the Kurz team. So look at me. I don't even know. I don't even know where they are. I just know I tune in every Tuesday, 5 p.m. All right, guys. I'll share it so you can check us out at Kurz Real Estate. I'll make sure that you guys see their show as well. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. We love having you around us. Thank you.